The following is a presentation of TFNN.
Next up, we're going to go to Florida, Titusville. Nick, thanks for hanging on the line. How you doing today?
Hi, yourself, sir?
I'm doing well.
Ken, I want to say I'm 84 years old, and the way you explain things makes it very easy to follow.
That's very nice of you to say, Nick. I appreciate that very much.
Have a good day, sir.
All right, you too.
Live at TFNN, Breakout Investing, with your host, Ken Shreve.
Welcome, everyone. Happy Friday, TGIF. Friday, what's the date today? February 8th, I think it is. God, these weeks are going by quickly. Hope you're having a great one out there and big weekend plans. Another decent day for the market. What is it? The Dow and not the Dow, the NASDAQ Composite S&P 500, I believe, working on 6 straight weekly price gains here. The Dow weekly lost, but not by much. We'll see if it can also go for 6 straight gains here as we end the week. 877-927-6648. That's the number to use. My show, Breakout Investing, airs daily on TFNN from 3 to 4 Eastern. You can pick the show up as a podcast on iTunes if you can't listen live. And you can also listen to TFNN on your smartphone these days. Very convenient. Just open your smartphone browser, type in tfnn.mobi. Great way to listen to the program as well. And don't forget about Tiger TV, accessible on the homepage of TFNN.com. Channel 1, the show is carried live. It is archived on Channel 13. You can also watch Tiger TV on your handheld device. All you have to do is open your smartphone browser, type in TFNN.com, go over on the top right-hand side of the homepage, click the box with the cell phones in it, and it will recognize what type of device you have and start streaming right on your phone. So pretty cool. All right, let's take a look at the NASDAQ Composite here. Another little mini breakout for tech stocks today. The NASDAQ Composite up 0.9%. That's a 29-point gain to 3194. 3194, the last for the NASDAQ Composite. Let's take a look at the S&P 500. We'll see that it is trading near its session high, up close to 8 points, 0.5% gain to 1517. And the Dow has also been performing well. It's underperforming a little bit today, up 39 points to 13,983. So about 17 points below that psychological 14,000 level. Let's take a look at weekly charts for each of these indexes. When I look at charts, I look at dailies. I always look at weeklies as well. You see a nice little breakout here for the Dow Jones. The breakout was a few weeks ago, but just holding gains nicely here. The Dow working on 5 straight weekly gains, and it is just down slightly for the week, but not by much. Technically still looks very strong here. What have I been saying in recent shows? That, I can understand the argument for a market pullback here. When you look at a weekly chart for the Dow, the 10-week moving average at 13,488 looks like a very strong support level, really coincides pretty much with its last breakout area. S&P 500 weekly chart here shows the benchmark index working on 6 straight weekly price gains here. 10-week moving average for the S&P 500 at 1462. So that again coincides with its last breakout area. And finally, the NASDAQ Composite weekly chart here also shows the index working on 6 straight weekly gains. Ironically, tech stocks haven't technically broken out yet. Isn't that amazing? You can see the highs over here, and just about every other stock index is broken out except the NASDAQ Composite. I don't know that there's any deep meaning there, but overall, I'm just not seeing any sell signals in this market. Are there yellow flags out there? You're hearing talks about it was the Hulbert Financial Digest over at MarketWatch said that newsletter writers are recommending being in stocks the highest level in about 13 years. So that's a contrarian indicator, because newsletter writers are often wrong about the direction of the market. So there are, things that the bears are going to point to. Yeah, there are a lot of extended stocks out there, but just in terms of price and volume, which is the most important thing, there's just not meaningful sell signals at this point. And you also want to look at the price and volume action in market leading stocks. Yeah, a name like Amazon looking a little questionable here. Is it a big market leader? Yeah, some would say yes, but this is really one of the very few examples of a recent breakout that has not quite broken down yet, but is definitely looking worse for the wear. Trying to hold on to the 50-day moving average here. This looks more like a bearish setup than a bullish one. But this is really the anomaly, because the supply of stocks out there that are still acting well post-breakout, that far outnumbers those stocks with weak technicals out there. So willing to let our winners run for now. The Ultimate Growth Stocks Model Portfolio has been a good start to the year. Nice outperformance. We've got several names performing quite well. If you want to check out 30 days free of Ultimate Growth Stocks, you can do that right on the homepage of TFNN.com. Click on the Newsletters tab on the homepage, then Investment Newsletters. You can check out 30 days free of my newsletter. Pretty light volume in the market today. Not surprising. A lot of people cutting out early. Big snowstorm on the middle Atlantic, New England in particular. Be safe, please. NASDAQ volume today down 7.5%, tracking 7.5% lower than what we saw Thursday. Volume Thursday, 1.9 billion shares. So we're probably going to come in 5 to 10% lighter than that today. Very light volume on the New York Stock Exchange. We had 660 million shares trade yesterday. We're tracking about 15-20% lighter than that today. Mentioned inside the Dow, American Express, a very bullish chart here. Had a nice breakout for American Express yesterday. Let's pull that up here. This is not... All right, American Express. See a nice bullish setup on the weekly chart here. So American Express still within range here. Hasn't quite taken out that swing point here. We swing over to a daily chart here. And American Express financials a little bit weak today, down AXP down 47 cents to 61.67 after a big move yesterday, but you can see not much volume behind the decline. Also in the Dow today, let's take a look at McDonald's. Very sluggish same-store sales growth, but the stock shrugging it off. It is actually trading higher, up 36 cents today to 94.99. January same-store sales down 1.9%. Sales in Asia, Middle East, and Africa, big drop there, down 9.5%. Sales in Europe fell 2.1%. Guess the bright spot, North America, same-store sales up 0.9%. So not too bad a performance, considering that these sales numbers, I think, overall were a little worse than expected. Checking in on the financials, just looked at American Express. Let's take a look at the XLF. This one continues to be a very strong performer. Again, January 2nd, gap up along with the major averages here. Breakout over about 1670. Thereabouts. So this one looks to me to be a little bit extended in price, but again, talk about an ETF not showing anything really in the way of sell signals here. XLF continues to act very well. And how about BlackRock? Another financial here, asset manager, BLK is the ticker symbol here. We had Keir McDonough on from Brigos Capital. I think it was a couple of weeks ago, but he was just talking about how BlackRock really is a strong performing stock here. BlackRock up $1.19 today to $238.01. It is a high priced stock, but really like the look of the weekly chart here for BlackRock. I don't have it. Let me just pull it up real quick here. BLK would be the weekly for BlackRock, and just look at how it is trading so tightly up here after a recent breakout over $200 a share. This is just as bullish price action as you can get in a weekly chart. So BlackRock still acting very, very well. April gold today lost $4.40, 0.3%, settled at $1,666.90 an ounce. For the week, mild decline for gold, down 0.2%. The Spider Gold Trust, GLD, currently trading down 37 cents to 161.47. We've been talking about repeated resistance here at the 50-day moving average, and that is still the case for the GLD. March silver settled at $31.44 an ounce, up 4 cents on the day. For the week, silver lost 1.6%, and probably the most liquid silver ETF out there is the iShares Silver Trust. See, it is down 2 cents to 30.44. It too is having some problems here getting back above this 50-day moving average. So that's a look at the SLV. U.S. dollar index up, but not by much, 80.27. That's the last price for the U.S. dollar index, up about 0.1%. March crude oil settles at 95.72 a barrel, down 11 cents for the week. Crude oil down 2.1%. So big drop in oil prices. We'll see if that helps gas prices out here in California. I mentioned yesterday they have gotten up there again. I think 87 octane is around 410, 415 a gallon. Then you go like 420 to 425 for the 90, and then the high octane stuff is around 425, 430, something like that. So pretty expensive gas out here. Not much in the way of economic data today. We did have December trade deficit came in actually much better than expected. $38.54 billion, the first time it's been under $40 billion since November 2010. The estimate was for a smaller decline to $45 billion. A lot of talk how this is going to help the fourth quarter GDP. Remember, not that long ago, the first estimate to fourth quarter gross domestic product actually showed contraction. Very surprising there. Spooked the market for just a little bit, but really not by much. First estimate to fourth quarter GDP came in at minus 0.1%. Expectations were for growth of 1%. So a lot of people saying that the deficit came in much better than expected here. Some are saying that second revision to fourth quarter GDP could be in the 0.5% as opposed to that negative growth that we saw earlier. Headline stocks today. Let's take a look at Biogen IDEC, BIIB. This one has really been a super performer. You can see earlier this week, Wednesday, gap up for Biogen, closed all the way near its low, but back in rally mode again today, up 2.5% to 164.26. Earlier this week, Biogen acquired Tysabri from Elan, which is a multiple sclerosis treatment. Price tag there was $3.25 billion. Biogen has its own oral MS drug that's expected to be approved by the FDA next month, BG12. So interesting that they acquired an MS drug from Elan. This is a non-oral drug. Biogen also announced a new positive late-stage trial data for a drug used to treat hemophilia. So a lot of positive headlines around Biogen lately. Stick with me, folks. Coming up on break number 1, we'll be right back.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. With the launch of Tiger TV, TFNN has brought our programming to the next level. With Tiger TV, you can gain access to each host's charts and computer screens as they host their daily stock program. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Ken Shreve, David White, Larry Pesavento, Victor Jones, or Terrell Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on Tiger TV for your viewing pleasure 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't checked out Tiger TV, then visit TFNN.com and see what you're missing.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investment strategy. You're always looking for the next trading opportunity to magnify your perspective. Direction Shares connects sophisticated traders with a powerful array of ETFs from a wide range of asset classes. The markets may go up and down, and you want tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC. McEwen Mining is a high-growth, mid-tier producer in the Americas with a market capitalization of $1 billion. Experienced mining executive Rob McEwen, as chairman, CEO, and president, owns 25% of the outstanding shares of McEwen Mining and has put in place an ambitious business plan with the goal of qualifying for inclusion in the S&P 500 by 2015. With $70 million in cash and liquid assets as of the end of 2012 and completely debt-free, McEwen Mining is poised for growth. Production in 2013 is forecasted to grow at 24%, reaching 130,000 gold equivalent ounces, and over the next 3 years, McEwen Mining projects that their production will increase to 290,000 gold equivalent ounces, almost a threefold increase from last year's totals. If you'd like to find out more about McEwen Mining, click on their banner on the front page of TFNN.com or check them out on the NYSE or TSX under the symbol MUX. David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
This segment is brought to you by Goldfields. For more information, just click the Goldfields banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks, to Breakout Investing on TFNN. Wanted to check in on a couple of IPOs that recently came public. X1, a very recent IPO, came public yesterday. You'll remember, priced a couple nights ago at $18 a share, above the proposed range of $14 to $16. Had a huge day during its first day of trading yesterday. Look at it today, up another 12% to $29.80. A lot of speculative activity in this market. Not sure what to make of it, but this is a very, very small company. Founded in 2005, they booked $19 million in sales for the 12 months ended September 30th, 2012. I don't doubt that fundamentals are compelling here, but just a massive price move for X1 over the past couple of trading sessions. Again, it priced Wednesday night at 18. I believe it opened at 21 thereabouts, but trading all the way up at 29.80. Another IPO out there making a big move today. Interesting company here, Ruckus Wireless. RKUS is the symbol here. Ruckus went public in November at $15 a share. See a big move for the stock today. Very compelling move here. Heavy volume, up 14.4% to 24.52. So Ruckus is a company. They are a provider of Wi-Fi solutions. Going to hear from Ruckus next week, as a matter of fact. When it comes to earnings, they report on February 12th. February 12th. I think that's a Tuesday. Today is the 8th. Yeah, so next Tuesday we'll hear from Ruckus Wireless. Look for a profit of 5 cents a share. That would be up 25% from a year ago. Sales up 48% to $60.5 million. Small cap company here, market cap of $1.8 billion, but pretty compelling price action today. Big percentage gain in higher volume. So we'll see what Ruckus has to say next week. Another busy day of earnings. Star of the day would have to be LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a current holding in the Ultimate Growth Stocks model portfolio. In fact, the buy alert for LinkedIn went out on January 10th. That was this day right here where the stock gapped up over, I think it was around $117 a share or thereabouts. Been a pretty easy stock to hold here. It was acting very well ahead of earnings, but look at LinkedIn today, up 21%. $26.25 gain, trading at $150.34. So super quarter from LinkedIn. Earnings were up 192% from a year ago to 35 cents a share. Estimate was for 19 cents. Sales up 81% to $303.6 million. The estimate was for $279.5 million. JP Morgan Chase sets a price target of $175 for LinkedIn. Citigroup raised its target to $150 from $135, so LinkedIn has already hit that target today. Cantor Fitzgerald, meanwhile, raised its target to $143 from $125. So again, LinkedIn trading at $150.34, high multiple stock, but there is a compelling growth story there. Not sure which report was more impressive, LinkedIn or FleetCor Technologies, FLT. Look at FleetCor today, up almost 11% to 66.01. Very extended stock here. The last base breakout for FleetCor, you'd have to go back to August of 2012. Just a steady uptrend here, very extended headed into earnings, but this was another huge quarter from FleetCor. This is a company that provides basically fleet vehicle fuel cards. Earnings up 46% to 82 cents a share. Estimate was for 75 cents. Sales up 45% to $202.6 million. That was well above the consensus estimate of 178.7. So company that continues to execute in fine fashion, but again, just an example of a stock that is going to have to go up without me because it is very extended and just really haven't gotten a good entry point here. Sometimes, it's rare, but stocks really do keep going up and up and up. So we'll probably see a consolidation at some point with FleetCor, but it gapped up today and is having another great day. Well, Coinstar, I've had Eric Jackson on the program from time to time. He's runs Iron Fire Capital, a hedge fund, and very savvy about the market. And every year, towards the end of the year, he asks, colleagues of his to make their predictions for favorite long, favorite short, and price target for the S&P 500. I think my price target was 1625. My favorite short was Coinstar, and shares of Coinstar having a rough day today, down 7.2% to 48.37. Kind of a rough day for the stock. I'll tell you what, we'll talk about Coinstar's earnings when we come back. You're listening to Breakout Investing on TFNN. Stick with me, folks.
Tom O'Brien's weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, has helped subscribers for over 10 years navigate the high-risk world of exploring and producing gold companies. And now's a great time to sign up for a free month-long trial to see the kind of insight that Tom delivers for his subscribers on a weekly basis. Every Monday, Tom O'Brien issues a quick update on the metal market, giving you his take on the HUI, XAU, GLD, dollar, bonds, and much more. Tom follows Monday's update with a full gold report, which is delivered to subscribers Tuesday afternoon with detailed coverage of 24 separate gold or metal stocks, as well as another 10 to 15 stocks that he lets you know are on his potential watch list. Get your month-long free trial to the Gold Report today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Don't spend another year navigating the metal markets on your own. Act early in 2013 and make the most of your gold and metal market investments. If you're an investor looking for a great weekly investment newsletter, then now is the perfect time to try out Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Every Tuesday, Ken breaks down multiple sectors in his weekly newsletter, Ultimate Growth Stocks, with a full in-depth report including specific trading recommendations within his model portfolio, charts, sector analysis, upcoming economic data, along with intra-week trading updates on newsletter positions whenever the market dictates. Right now, you can receive a full month, that's 30 days, to evaluate Ken's newsletter free of charge to see if it fits your trading plan. At less than $75 per month, Ken provides you with his expert trading advice that can pay for itself in no time. Take advantage of this great offer by signing up for a 30-day free trial to Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks today. Don't let this offer pass you by. Visit the front page of TFNN.com and sign up now. Daryl Martin coined the phrase diagnostic trading, and we're happy to announce that his diagnostic box spread analyzer has finally been released. The Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer helps you easily identify the best box spreads on Nadex in seconds, plus you receive access to the diagnostic deviation levels, as well as step-by-step training videos teaching you how to trade Nadex spreads so you can quickly master the mechanics of this simple yet powerful trading instrument. By pulling live data from the Nadex exchange, the Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer does all the math for you, calculating risk, reward potential, distance to break even for both outright spreads and spreads used to hedge the underlying market. Visit the front page of TFNN.com today to get your 2-week free trial to Daryl Martin's Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer and gain access to the valuable information it can provide when trading the Nadex box spreads.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pesavento's new trading newsletter, Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind. In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the forex market, and more. And you'll get the Technical Corner segment, which is a short but powerful weekly training session on trading. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you just the edge you've been looking for. Try Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind absolutely free for 2 weeks. Go to TFNN.com and click on the free trial link at the top of the page. That's an $85 value, yours free when you register right now. Get Larry's Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind and get the edge you've been looking for.
This segment is brought to you by Direction Shares. To learn more about tactical tools for the sophisticated active investor, hit the Direction Shares banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to Breakout Investing on TFNN. Ken Shreve with you, 877-927-6648. Lots of snow coming. I think it's already started in New England. I know New York is supposed to get some, so everyone living in those areas, please be safe and smart. Mentioned Coinstar. Coinstar having a rough day today, down 7.2% to 48.37. Coinstar, a company, again, arguably trying to reinvent itself here, still does the coin machine counting business, and they've got their Redbox DVD rental kiosks, but the DVD rental trends are kind of going in the wrong direction for Coinstar. Their earnings came in at 93 cents a share. That was much better than expected, but it was down 10% from a year ago. Sales were up 8% to $564.1 million, but that was a pretty big revenue miss there. Their guidance for the fourth quarter was on the lukewarm side, shall we say. They do have some growth initiatives coming up in the first quarter. They're going to launch Redbox Instant by Verizon. This is a joint venture that combines DVD rentals with streaming video from Verizon Communications. So This looks to me to be a challenged company at this point. Not going to say they're not going to be able to, reinvigorate earnings growth with new growth initiatives, but it's always tough. It's always tough when you go away what you're good at, and I think it's going to be a tough, could be a tough year for Coinstar, but we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. Another earnings decliner today would have to be Nuance Communications. I remember at one point this was a stock, when Siri was just all the rage with the iPhone, and Nuance, of course, the provider of the Siri voice technology in the iPhone. It's a speech recognition software maker. Look at the day this stock is having, down 18% today to $20.07. They made 35 cents a share. That missed views by a penny, up 3% from a year ago. Sales up 28%. Decent top-line growth. But revenues came in at $462.3 million. That was about $30 million below the consensus estimate. So tough results at Nuance Communications. Don't think you're getting the stock on sale here, even though it closed Thursday at around $24.50 thereabouts. Now it's around $20. This is a stock that seems fundamentally challenged at this point. And again, the point when you're buying stocks, you want to buy companies that are expanding earnings, have the potential for multiple expansion going forward. Those are the stocks that you can really make money in. So I'd be careful trying to catch Nuance on sale here. Let's also take a look at Beacon Roofing Supply, BECN. We also heard from this company as well. Kind of a wild day of trading here. Hits a low of 34.19, a high of 37.80. Last trading at 37.22. So up near its session high in heavy volume, up about 1% for the day. Beacon distributes roofing and other building materials. So this is another kind of indirect housing play. Earnings down 5% to 37 cents a share, a little bit below expectations. Sales also below expectations here, up 5% to $513.7 million. So maybe investors are looking past lukewarm results and thinking that this housing market is going to, continue going forward, and that demand, could improve in coming quarters for Beacon Roofing Supply. Carlisle Companies, CSL. Another interesting earnings play here. Another stock that was very extended going into earnings, but look at the big move it's making today, up 4% to $67.39. This is a diversified manufacturing company. They beat estimates by 4 cents with profit of 82 cents a share, up 22%. Sales up 7% to $845.3 million. That was also better than expected. So good day for Carlisle Companies. And CBOE Holdings. CBOE, of course, stands for Chicago Board Options Exchange. This is a company that operates markets for the trading of listed option contracts. It's been in a really strong uptrend here. You had a breakout in December over 30.5, 31. Last trading at 34.35. Only up 5 cents on the day. Numbers here: earnings up 22% to 45 cents a share, better than expected. Sales up 8% to 130.1 million. That was also better than expected. And finally, in final earnings story today, let's take a look at Sirona Dental Systems. Obviously, they work with dentists, equipment provider to dentists, and big gap up for Sirona Dental, up 5%, close to 5%, 72.88. Earnings up 8% to 94 cents a share, 10 cents better than expected. Good beat on the top line as well. 272.4 million, up 6% from a year ago. Also heard from Athena Health, another interesting name. Good fundamentals and good technicals here. You've got a little breakout trying to take shape for Athena Health. This is a company that provides billing, collection, medical record management software for physician practices. They made 29 cents a share. That was up 12% from a year ago. Good top-line growth, up 26% to $116.3 million. Kind of a not a huge fan of its chart here. Its daily chart looks okay. It's trying to break out over resistance here, but what I don't like about the weekly chart was the depth of the correction of the current base that it is in. You can see a big correction here, basically from September to the end of the year. Went from 95 down to about 55 thereabouts. So pretty steep on the left side here. Has worked its way back and showing relative price strength, and fundamentals are pretty good here. But technically, I'd give it maybe a 5 on a scale of 1 to 10. So good day of outperformance for Athena Health. Good fundamentals. Not in love with its technical picture here. Strong technicals at Tractor Supply. Remember, the stock gapped up, I think it was last week, on strong earnings. Love how this stock is holding on to its gains here, showing nice tight trading after that gap up. It's often said that stocks always fill a gap, and maybe when we get that next market pullback, we'll see Tractor Supply fill that gap. But right now, its chart is flagging the potential for higher prices still. The fact that it's been holding gains and not really moving. Seeing a lot of stocks doing that, as a matter of fact, and I think that is what you want to see when you're in the middle of an uptrend. You want to see stocks behaving well, either after a gap up in price or after a technical breakout. And in Tractor Supply's case, you've got both of those things happening. Keeping an eye on NationStar Mortgage Holdings here. This is definitely on our watch list. It remains to be seen if this is going to be able to break out. There seems to be some selling pressure in these mortgage servicers here. NationStar Mortgage underperforming a little bit today, down 26 cents, 0.7% to 37.78. Keeping an eye on this one for a breakout over 40.61. Still going to have to prove itself. Not going to be a buyer before it breaks out in heavy volume. Need to see a big rush of institutional buying here. Until it happens, we'll just kind of sit on the sidelines and watch how it trades. But they should be coming out with earnings. No confirmed earnings date yet, but it should be on or around February 19th. Priceline, also looking at that. I had kind of given up on Priceline as as a stock that I thought would have the ability to outperform in 2013. Now, it's possible this could have more left. We've seen Netflix rebound after some pretty stiff selling, and Priceline, wouldn't be surprised to see good results from this company when they report later this month. No earnings date yet from Priceline either, but it should be around February 25th. Profit growth expected to be 22% from a year ago. Sales up 20%, and big market cap company here, but you can't fault this company's track record of execution. They do tend to report quarter after quarter very strong earnings and sales growth. As you can see here, sitting just underneath a swing point of 721.96. This is definitely a breakout candidate, but we've got a couple more weeks to go before we hear from Priceline, see what earnings growth looks like at that company. Not surprising to see Generac Holdings outperforming here. GNRC, Generac Holdings, of course, they make the generators. Demand has been very strong. The stock's working on 4 straight price gains, 6 out of the past 7 days up in price. And you can see here volume at the bottom of the chart here, definitely under accumulation in recent days. We're going to hear from Generac next week. They report earnings on February 14th. Earnings expected to be down 9% from a year ago to 69 cents a share. Wouldn't be surprised to see a big beat there. Sales up 16% to about $309 million. So earnings due from Generac on February 14th. Let's check in on Rackspace hosting as well, RAX, because probably going to see strong growth again from Rackspace when they report, but technically starting to look a little iffy and this is a former holding in the Ultimate Growth Stocks model portfolio. We decided to take profits ahead of our earnings. You always have to weigh risk and reward ahead of earnings. There are going to be some times we're going to let a position ride through earnings. There'll be times when we trim. There will be times when we sell outright. And again, January 29th is when we sold half of the position in Rackspace for a profit. We took remaining profits yesterday after the stock dipped below its 50-day moving average, an area where I thought it would be able to find support. All right, let's talk to Rick in Orlando, Florida. Appreciate you hanging on the line there, Rick. Happy Friday. How you doing?
Thank you very much, Ken. Thanks for taking my call and helping me out here.
You betcha.
I was looking at that one you were talking about. Now I'm taking a look at BBRY, BlackBerry.
Okay, the new ticker symbol for BlackBerry.
Yes, sir. And he has a similar volume arrangement as the one that you had a nice drop in. What was that? Coinstar, was it?
Oh, Coinstars, CSTR, yep.
Yes, sir. He's got a similar nice, strong down volume and a lighter up volume, and so I'm saying this looks like a good candidate for a short.
Well, I'm not a big fan of BlackBerry here, so you've got definitely, if you're watching in Tiger TV, you've got heavy volume on the downside, very erratic trading when they announced the new BlackBerry 10, and even though volume has been light compared to the it fell in very heavy volume, you have had some juice behind that upward move. In other words, during its recent price gains, volume has been above average. Headed into today, above average gains for 4 straight sessions. A little bit lighter than the volume seen on the downside. So, you thinking about shorting right here, or?
Yeah, I was thinking about it.
Yeah, it's probably not a bad play. Where do you normally put your stops when you short a stock? As you give it like
case, I put the stop around 15.5, 15.4 probably.
Yeah. I don't think it's a bad play. In fact, I could probably support that, because I think your ultimate read on the volume is correct. I mean, you had some very, very big sellers in the stock after it hit that high of 1832. From January 25th basically to the end of the month, there was some pretty big downside juice in that stock. Has been rallying back. Again, the volume has been above average, but lighter than it was on the way down. So I don't think that's a bad. I don't think that's a bad play. I think the market itself is starting to show subtle signs that we may come in a little bit here. So. Yeah. Typically, I don't like to short during market uptrends, but there are some yellow flags out there that we could be ready to pull back a little bit here.
Yeah, I like the way the earlier volume this week stair-stepped down. It was high, but it stair-stepped down.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. In fact, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, you had volume heavy on Tuesday, lighter on Wednesday, even lighter on Thursday as it was working its way higher. So I think that's a point well taken.
Well, hey, we'll give it a try.
All right, Rick. Well, hey, I always enjoy hearing from you, and enjoy the weekend. I doubt it's snowing in Orlando, right?
No, that's correct. A side note, you're out west, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm in Los Angeles. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I've been watching the news about that rogue officer up there at Big Bear, is where we used to when I lived out there. We used to go up there camping and panning for gold.
Oh man, that's a great area. I've been to Big Bear many times. Yeah, I love it up there.
A lot of fun. Good life.
All right, Rick. Well, have a great weekend.
Thanks, Ken.
All right, talk to you later.
Bye.
All right, always good to hear from Rick in Orlando, and always appreciate the call. Final break coming up, folks. We'll be right back.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
With the launch of Tiger TV, TFNN has brought our programming to the next level. With Tiger TV, you can gain access to each host's charts and computer screens as they host their daily stock program. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Ken Shreve, David White, Larry Pesavento, Victor Jones, or Daryl Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on Tiger TV for your viewing pleasure 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't checked out Tiger TV, then visit TFNN.com and see what you're missing.
Just recently, on December 28th, Market Insight subscribers were advised to go long the QQQ, the NASDAQ 100 ETF, on December 28th at $63.91, and only 2 trading days later, after a huge jump in the market, Market Insight subscribers were advised to sell the QQQ at $66.64 for a $2.73 or 4.27% profit to start off 2013. At the same time, Tom O'Brien had advised his clients looking for a more leveraged trade that they could have initiated a position in the QLD, the ProShares Ultra QQQ ETF, and over the same 2 trading days, Market Insight subscribers were able to lock in a $4.48 profit or an 8.47% gain in just 1 trade. Get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during your free trial and pay nothing. Don't miss out on the next great trading opportunity in 2013. Act today.
Recently, Basil Chapman has had some outstanding trades in his newsletter, The Opening Call. Each morning by 9 a.m., Basil uploads his newsletter to the TFNN servers so that his subscribers can access his expert trading advice. Basil gives his take on the direction of key indices and updates any active trades that his subscribers are currently in. Just recently, Basil subscribers closed out a short position in Chipotle Mexican Grill, CMG, for more than an $86 profit per share, over a 20% gain in just 1 position. If you'd like to try out Basil Chapman's newsletter, The Opening Call, then visit the front page of TFNN.com and click Trading Newsletters. There you'll find Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, where you can request a free sample copy. Also, don't miss Basil's program, The Tiger Technicians Hour, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern, on TFNN. Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen, live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den, absolutely free, for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Catch Tom O'Brien, founder and CEO of TFNN, professional trader and educator. Also a special guest on CNBC, analyzing the commodity markets. Tom will bisect and dissect the markets. The Tom O'Brien Show, next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks, to Breakout Investing on TFNN. Final segment of the show. Happy Friday, everyone. Tech stocks outperforming today. Let's check in on the NASDAQ composite here. Trading up near its session high now, up 29 points, 0.9% to 3194. 3194 last for the NASDAQ composite. S&P 500. Also up near its high, up close to 8 points to 1517, and the Dow lagging a little bit, trading in the middle half of its range here, up 39 points to 13,980. 13,983. Taking a look at some other companies set to report earnings next week. Regeneron looking a little bit vulnerable here. Great growth story going on at Regeneron Pharmaceuticals. Its flagship drug is a drug called Eylea, which is used to treat age-related wet macular degeneration, leading cause of blindness in adults. But a lot of sellers in this stock normally don't like to see that ahead of earnings. Doesn't mean that it's doomed to head lower next week, but definitely some selling pressure here. Outperforming a little bit today, but it was down, for 8 or 9 sessions in a row. Recently broke below its 50-day moving average. Regeneron next week is expected to earn $1.11 a share compared to a year-ago loss. Huge sales growth, up 219% to $392.6 million. But if you're long, you've got to be concerned about recent selling pressure in the stock. So Regeneron reports on February 14th next week. Mentioned my favorite short of the year. I did that for Forbes in December. I submitted a special feature that I was asked to do for Forbes. And my favorite short was Coinstar, and my favorite long was actually Michael Kors. I think that this company's growth story is as compelling as LinkedIn. Kors looking pretty good here ahead of earnings. Next week, they report on Tuesday. Now, again, these high multiple stocks, they are held to high standards during our earnings season. Obviously, LinkedIn delivered the goods and then some. I am expecting another quarter of very strong bottom line and top line growth from Michael Kors. Stock is up 38 cents today to 57.04. Ahead of the results here, this one seems to be getting into position here for a possible upside breakout. Of course, it will be predicated on what the company has to say Tuesday when they report earnings. Also, Tuesday, we're going to hear from Buffalo Wild Wings. We heard from a couple of restaurant stocks lately, Chipotle and Panera. Buffalo Wild Wings has definitely turned into a laggard in the restaurant group here. Significant resistance right now at its 200-day moving average, which would be 79.32. Buffalo Wild Wings last trading at 77.20. So we'll see what they have to say Tuesday when they report. We're also going to hear from Cisco Systems next week. So another very busy week of earnings. Cisco reports on Wednesday, and definitely showing relative price strength, holding near high. So optimism about what this company will say about networking demand. Again, that will be Wednesday. Next week we'll hear from Cisco Systems. And in the energy space, services firm Oceaneering. You may not have heard of this one, OII, but I mean, this stock's relative price strength has been a sight to behold. Expecting very strong growth on the bottom line and top line from Oceaneering. This is a company that for 2012 earnings should be up 31% from 2011, 2013 up 22%. So very consistent earnings and sales growth at Oceaneering. Strong technicals, looks good ahead of earnings. Hope you all have a great weekend. Be safe, people on the East Coast and all that snow. Coming up next, the Tom O'Brien Show. I'll see you back here Monday, 3 o'clock Eastern for another edition of Breakout Investing. Take care, folks.